I just got laid off about 2 hours ago. I think I'm still shocked. Like, I just can't believe that it happened. There were absolutely no signs from the company that it was gonna happen. 9:30, I got a Teams message from my boss asking if I was free, which definitely was kind of weird, but I thought that he wanted to talk about something that we had discussed yesterday. So I was like, yeah, of course I'm free. What's up? And then they dialed me into a video call where my boss was sitting in the office in a conference room with this lady from legal. And they just basically told me I was being let go. And it was super formal, super sterile, which, like, this is why I always say, like, don't give your everything to a company, because when it comes to laying people off, they just fire you like that. I was like pretty shocked, and I kind of got teary-eyed, like borderline was gonna start crying, and I like held it together, and I basically told myself, like, this is my last time where I'm gonna see my boss and be able to ask him any questions and get closure. So I was like, no, I need to like ask him any questions I have. So I basically asked, like, is this a performance thing? Like, was this, I was doing international marketing for them. Like, is international just drying up and that's not going to be a priority anymore? And he basically gave some vague answer, which was like, no, this is like overall the entire company, we're doing layoffs. So you're just one of many.
Mass layoffs are sweeping the country, and no one sees them coming. In this video, people share their unfiltered reactions to getting laid off, from fear and confusion to unexpected clarity. This is what job loss really looks like in 2025.
Getting fired or laid off while still having to pay bills is an experience. A grown-ass experience. And don't let you not have no money saved up. Ooh. Now you scrambling, scraping for shit. You applying for unemployment, putting in 500 applications a day, signing up for DoorDash, signing up for Instacart. Life get real. And trust me, I know firsthand, because that was me 2 years ago getting laid off, trying to figure out what I'm about to do next. It was hell on earth. Sometimes you don't think about when you get all these bills that your income could just stop at one point. It could just stop. You come to work Monday morning happy as hell. Everything going good. Weekend was good. Everything was perfect. And then you see that 30-minute meeting with HR and your boss. Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking. You get in the meeting, they start talking about, yeah, we're restructuring our core values of the company and your job has been affected. God damn it. Hey, just know if you got to deal with it, it's going to be all right. Life keep on going. You're going to end up a better person after it. I know I did.
So I think I'm being laid off from my job today. If you couldn't tell by my appearance, I have been crying all morning. I haven't even had my meeting yet, but I got a calendar meeting today from someone I've never spoken to at the company, and a bunch of other people did too. So I am recording this because I feel like a lot of people can probably find comfort in knowing they're not alone. So we will see. Maybe it'll be something positive. Maybe I'm not getting laid off, but I am shaking.
That does impact your position. Today is going to be your last day.
I've loved my time here and I'm very thankful for it. So I appreciate it. I did not think that that would be my last day. My laptop's not even working anymore for me to like save things. Like,
I just got let go from my job as part of organizational shifts and return to office. As you guys know, I have been a remote employee for the past 5 years, really since the beginning of the pandemic. And I'm crying because, not because I'm sad that I got let go. Obviously, the instability of losing an income always sucks. What sucks most about being let go is somebody taking control out of your hands. I always preach internally and here at home that we have got to be the people in the driving seat of our futures, of our careers. And when a company takes that control out of your hands, it sucks, because all of a sudden the plan that you had, the roadmap that you were on board for, is gone. Now you've got to start over. And this is why you've always got to have a plan B, a plan C, and most importantly, an emergency fund. I am incredibly upset and frustrated. There have been several shifts in the company in this last couple of months that I just knew the writing was on the wall. and I knew my time was coming. But the fact that we have an emergency fund, because ultimately that is what matters at the end of the day, is that we have money to pay our mortgage, to pay for our daycare. We have that as a fallback, and I can take time, maybe a week, to just collect my thoughts and put together a strategy for job hunting. Always be prepared for the unexpected, because ultimately companies will always put themselves first. And as much as you want to believe that you're part of the family, you like the people you work with, it's a business transaction, it's a business contract, and you've got to handle it as such. But please know that you are more than your job. You are more than what you do. Have a plan, have an emergency fund. Do not spend more than you need to. Live below your means. We are in strange times. That isn't beside me losing the job, just general messaging. Protect yourselves, treat yourself as a business, and always be looking for better opportunities, because companies would do the same, and they are.
Hello, my name is Jacqueline, and I was just laid off in a mass Zoom meeting. So if it looks like I'm not okay, it's because I am not okay. One thing about working in tech is that it is not for the weak, and you watch these layoffs happen all the time. And each time you continually tell yourself, it ain't me, thank God. Well, guess what? It was me this time. I am a 30-year-old with 2 master's degrees, an undergraduate degree, all in marketing. And now I am unemployed and continuing to post on TikTok. I knew my company was having struggles. We couldn't push our pipeline down from top of funnel to any closed one. So I would say it was a surprise that they were doing a restructuring, but it absolutely was not. What was a surprise is that I was told that I was okay, and I was absolutely blindsided this morning at 11 a.m. with a 10-minute meeting on my calendar where people in the higher executive crew that I've never met before told a group of 15 of us or so, while another group of 15 was meeting with other people, that we were all laid off from the company. This is nothing new. You've seen many of people on this app post about being laid off. So now I'm just joining those masses instead of the other masses that are continuing to work. However, I will have very different things to be thankful for this Thanksgiving season. So my content on here might be a little depressing for a day or so, or it's just gonna be completely manic. I'm not entirely sure. Haven't decided yet. I'm waiting for a phone call from HR to tell me if there is any form of severance package. And you bet your ass I'm gonna fight for one. Probably not, because I'm literally scared of people, and I probably won't. But when I talk to my phone, I act like I'm a hard ass, but I'm not. Yeah. So I'm hashtag open to work, kinda, sorta. Need to update that resume. But I guess I'll have a lot more free time to be posting on here.
I got laid off today. And the entire time I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, this is all a part of God's plan. This is all a part of God's plan. Like, yeah, it's sad, but it's also like, I can't be sad if it's God's plan. Like, it's written already. This is just a part of God's plan. And I have to accept that. And I did accept it. I was just like, you know what? No tears. Like, I haven't cried because there's nothing to cry about. Like, this ain't the first time I've had to face something like this. But I think what's different between now and those other times is I'm equipped to deal with it. You know, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. My faith is built for it, tough babes. There's no breaking me down. And honestly, I like this energy. Like, I call it the sink or swim energy, where it's like you're either going to sink and be sad, or you're going to swim and flourish. And I'm a swim and flourish type of girl. So I like this energy because it always pulls out like this monster in me, like this hella driven, hella focused, hella disciplined. Like, I only see the finish line version of me, and I love it. I'm excited. I really am. I'm excited to see where this next step is going to take me. And I'm excited to share the process with you guys. Honestly, like, I share everything else with y'all, so might as well share this part too. That's the life update. I got laid off, but now I'm a full-time content creator, and that's my dream. So let's just fucking do it.
So I ended up taking this job, the one that everyone in these comments were saying it is a red flag, and they fired me within 2.5 weeks. I did 2 weeks of onboarding and training, and then I did 3.5 days of the actual job. Mind you, I did every metric that they asked me to do, every single thing. And they let me know on Friday that they didn't think I was a good fit. This is a startup company, so I'm not exaggerating. It was 12 to 14 hour workdays. And that's not just me, like everyone was working that amount of time. And they was really drinking the Kool-Aid, like, cause that's not normal. And let me back up a bit. When I got my contract, I told my sister and my dad that I don't think this contract is made for me. It looked like they quite literally just slapped my name on it. The dates were wrong, but they were right around the time I had got hired and I was supposed to start, but they were wrong. They were early, meaning more than likely someone else was offered this position. I was second choice, and then they offered it to me and just slapped my name on there. Or they fired them as well, or maybe they quit, hell. Not to mention the reviews literally said like, oh, CEO just fires people. That it's an ever-moving carrot, like there's no set KPIs. As a salesperson, especially in today's climate, I want to know exactly what you want from me so you can never come back and throw it in my face and say, hey, I'm not doing the job. The week that I got fired, I was walking down the hallway, ran into the CEO. She said, hey, Christiana, how are you doing? Literally cuts her neck and eyes me up and down with what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a turtleneck dress, stops right above my knees with some leggings. That's weird. Then on that Wednesday, my boss is calling me and asking me like, I wanna know what you think. Are you still excited? Do you think you're a good cultural fit? I'm the only person of color. I seemingly thought I was getting along with everyone else. I guess not. Now, I should have definitely trusted my gut when I told the people around me like, hey, I do not have a good feeling about this job. But you know what? They were right. I was not a great fit because I'd be damned if I'm working for someone else's dream for 12 to 14 hours a day. I could barely go to the gym. And this isn't even the craziest way I've lost a job. I think the craziest one was them telling me that I did not talk enough during meetings. That was literally the reason. After this whole experience, I really do not want to be in sales anymore. As an African-American woman, I hardly see any African-American women in business-to-business sales, and there's probably a reason. And I'm really starting to see it. Like, how many women, black women leaders do you see in corporate America doing B2B business sales? You don't. I'm tired of playing this game because it's a game that I cannot win. I do not look like everybody else. That's already a struggle, but then I got to deal with it internally. Like, come on. So anyway, guys, I'm looking for a job again. If you got anything, let me know, I guess.
So I think I'm getting laid off today. My boss sent me and my entire team a message a couple days ago to come in this morning in office, bring all of our equipment, and join a meeting at 10 a.m. called discussion. So I got the calendar invite of death, the meeting that is looking like I'm about to be laid off with my team. So I'm on the way to the office and let's see what happens. Okay, I'm outside of the office. I'm going in. My meeting is in 3 minutes. Wish me luck. Yep, just got fired. So we're officially fun employed. This is my notice of termination. Of course, it's soaking wet because my water spilled all in my bag. Anyways, this is now a fun employed page. Follow me for more fun employed content. Please drop any suggestions in the comments of how I should spend my time now. Any really meticulous hobbies that take a really long time to do, this is my time to shine. And also, if you have any ideas for jobs for me that require really little effort, pay a lot of money, and don't really take that much time, let your girl know because I will be laughing instead of crying through the pain. So I was fired today and wanted to come on because I feel like, number one, this happens to a lot of people, and I was really blindsided by it. The reason I wanted to come on, number one, is because I feel like this happens to a lot of people, and it's shocking and a lot to process. You work for a company with people for a long time, and then to just get a Zoom or this was a random meeting put on my calendar, and it only showed my manager on it. I didn't know like the HR person was gonna be on too, and then they just like said it very kind of coldly and then they just read out like the severance stuff and just said like, you know, it's your last day, effective immediately, and then just like log off, and you're just kind of like, what is happening? And I think the problem for me is, so they said it was because of a conflict of interest, and essentially at the start of the year, my husband, who worked at the same company as me at the time, he quit because he didn't, you know, he wanted to pursue other things. And at the time, I remember them being really pissed about it because my husband is really good at his job. He's really good at sales, and they just kind of lost this really great salesperson. So they were blindsided by him leaving. And then one day randomly, my manager called me. It was like, you know, how's it going? You know, normal conversation. And then he goes on to, like, completely blindsides me, and he's like, so where's Tanner going? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, he's just figuring out what he wants to do. We have a couple real rental properties, and I was like, he's gonna work on like managing them, and yeah, like, I don't know, that was like it. I just said he's doesn't know what he wants to do yet. He just wants to change like what he's doing. And then he's like, well, you know, if he ever works at one of our competitors, then that's good, and you guys live in the same household, that's gonna be a real problem. And I'm like, okay. It was just a really uncomfortable situation, and I felt like my job was being threatened at the time. So I get off the call, tell Tanner about it, and he's like, what the fuck? He didn't have, you know, the balls to ask me directly about what I'm doing. Like, no questions about it to him when they had a conversation on the phone. But he'll go to my wife and try to get information out of her. So that just set him off. So we reported that to HR, had a conversation about it, and yeah, I mean, it was fine, moved on. I like reviewed the handbook and everything, and it didn't say anything about like, you know, family or spouse working at another company. So flash forward to like April, May, and Tanner came out on LinkedIn and said he's working at this adjacent company now, and I'm guessing that's what set them off, because I got let go because of a conflict of interest. And it's because my husband works at a competitor company. My husband, not even me. And I'm just trying to process this. So like I went back to the handbook, and they added that your family cannot work at a competitor. Your family cannot work at a competitor. What?
I just got home and I have an email in my inbox letting me know if I got laid off or not. So we're gonna read it together. Let me just get inside. The walk to the laptop, the longest walk ever. All right, let's do this. Let me set you guys up. So for those that don't know, I work from home at like an ed nonprofit. I'm not gonna say a name, but if you search me on LinkedIn, you'll find it. And they're doing layoffs just like everyone in the world. And originally they said, oh, like, don't worry, your team is fine. Now they're like, we don't actually know, so let's find out. Dear Stephanie, I'm writing to share that your role as blah, 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 blah has been eliminated in the organizational transformational process. Oh my gosh, right? Due to organizational shifts, your FY23 role has been eliminated and there's no offer available. They're committed to helping me find my next role. How great. Again, I'm not sad. I'm disappointed.
So it's been about an hour since I found out that I was laid off from Meta. I am part of the 11,000 employees that were laid off. I had a feeling, just because I'm on the recruiting, or was on the recruiting team, and that's where the biggest hits were taken. Yesterday I was like, you know what, whatever happens, happens. And today when I read the email, I got so emotional. And I know that's normal. I think it's just like, this was literally like my dream job. And I was so proud of myself when I got it. And I'm still very proud of myself. It just, I guess it's just crazy because I never thought that I could work. I've worked for Microsoft and I've worked for Meta. So like, you know, I think I'm okay when it comes to my resume. It's just a really bad time in the economy and I get that. But I just never thought that I could work for a company like this. So I hate that my dream job is no job, but this was in my mind that I made it moment, you know? And so I know that the universe has wonderful things in store for me, and I've survived 100% of life up to this point. But I'm just feeling all of the feelings today. So if anyone has leads for a technical recruiter, I am really good at my job. Yeah, if you're going through this right now, I'm in the same boat as you, so sending lots of love and light, and we'll get through this. We will get through this. That's life right now.
I'm not gonna sit here and cry, but I got laid off of my first post-grad job and the one that took me 5 months to find that I moved to New York City for. Basically, it's not my fault before we start. I worked for a startup and they didn't have the workload or the bandwidth that they needed to train me and to give me work to do. Like I wasn't doing anything that I was hired to do, and I was really wanting to learn. So I was thinking in my head that I wanted a job with more responsibilities anyways, but come January 2nd, I need a new job and I don't have one. I even told most of my friends, if I post this, it's because I actually thought it through. Getting laid off before the holidays, that means the hiring processes stop right before Christmas and then they go all the way till January 2nd and then they pick back up. And it's still gonna probably be 2-3 week process to hire and onboard for a new job. So that's the time frame I'm looking at, and I can't wait that long. I need a job immediately. The job that I was working 9 to 5 from, I wasn't making enough to live. I don't have a savings because of that job. Like the salaries that people are making with a degree right now after college is just not okay. We're working so much and I still don't have an emergency fund. I don't, because I wasn't making enough to save any of it. Everything was going towards living and expenses and commuting and everything else. And to go through the whole entire hiring process again is going to actually kill me. It's so defeating, it's so disappointing, and it makes you feel like you're not good enough. And I know that I am. I know that I'm a hard worker, and my boss literally said that I'm one of the smartest people he's ever had work under him, and he knows that I'm gonna land on my feet and he'll give me a great referral to anybody, so don't start. I have a degree, I've done everything I'm supposed to do. I had 2 internships, I built a portfolio, I worked freelance out of school because I was building my portfolio, taking the time, did things for free. I have done everything I possibly could have, and it's still not enough. Putting yourself in debt to go to college and you still can't find a job that pays enough for you to live and have a balance with life too. It's like, I'm just hoping that this is just a transition period. So come on, welcome to me trying to find another job, and maybe I'll nanny, maybe I'll serve until I find another full-time position that's in marketing. That's something that I want to do. If you know any marketing positions hiring, any social media, digital marketing hiring, let me know. But I just wanted to be like completely transparent because that's just what I do. And if you want to listen, there you go.
I am actually like speechless. So I just got laid off from my job. I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, I can't believe it. I actually cannot believe that this is happening to me. That was actually the fucking weirdest experience of my life. Like, tell me why. I wake up and thank God I woke up early because, I see a meeting called Team Update with my director and 2 other people in it. And as soon as I saw it, my stomach dropped. And I was like, there's no way. Like, my first thought is, there's no way this is happening to me. Like, this doesn't happen to me. Like, I'm invincible. I am literally invincible. Like, what are you talking about? And then I messaged the other girl who's on the meeting with me like 1 minute before the meeting starts, and I was just like, nice knowing you, babe. Like, love you, babe. We're done. And yeah, I get on the meeting. The whole meeting, I swear to God, lasts like 4 minutes. And my director gets on. She's like reading from a script, which was just like so awkward. And it was just so like impersonal after you've worked with these people for so long and like given so much. Sorry, I'm like still processing. Giving so much of yourself. Yeah, they just read off a script and then fire you. It's actually so hurtful. It's so insulting. Oh my God. And then it was like the meeting started, and then as soon as the HR manager joined the meeting, because she wasn't on the meeting invite, so it was just like 4 people on the meeting invite. And then when I saw the HR manager join, I literally started laughing. Like, I had to cover my mouth because I knew exactly what was happening. I've heard about this before. Like, I've never gotten laid off, but like I had heard about this. So I literally started laughing because I was just like, there's no way that this happens to like me of all people. And then the HR manager gets on, and she like is reading off a script or whatever, and she's like, does anyone have any questions? First of all, this has been 4 minutes. Like, you actually just ripped my livelihood away from me in 4 minutes. Like, I can't even process what you're saying. I literally blacked out. Like, I did not hear anything that they said at all. And then I was just like, yeah, can we like get everyone's email address and like phone number and stuff, because I knew I had already heard before that when this happens, they cut off all your stuff, like Slack, email, your phone, your computer shuts off, like everything, right? So I was like, can you like give us everyone's email so I can reach out to my manager and like use her as a reference and stuff? And then they were just like, oh, your manager's email is like her first and last name, like you should know that. And I was just like, why don't I actually just go fuck myself? And so I think within 10 minutes after starting, like all my stuff shuts down. Everything shuts down, like my calendar. I had stuff on my calendar. Like, I had a dentist appointment on my calendar that I needed. Like, I needed the info off of it, and I didn't get that. Like, I literally don't know when or where my dentist appointment is because it was on my calendar, and I don't have any of it anymore. Like, it's actually just ruthless what they do to you. Like, ruthless. And y'all, I just bought a house. I wish I was kidding. I just bought a house 3 months ago. I just bought this house that I am standing in 3 months ago. And the only reason I could afford this house was because of the salary that I was making. And like, I can survive a little bit, but like, I'm literally gonna lose my house. Like, oh my God, that's a whole nother story, but I have a mortgage to pay and I have no money coming in, $0 more. And the severance package, this is so diabolical. First of all, they laid us off, 3 weeks before Christmas? Between Thanksgiving and Christmas? How evil do you have to be? Literally, how evil do you have to be to lay off people between Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas. Yeah, I'm full of spirit and light and joy and happiness. Like, where the hell? No, y'all. Laid me off during Christmas. I literally have a mortgage to pay. Can't pay that. Can't buy anyone's gifts. Can't get anything. All the stuff that's coming in from like what I bought on Black Friday. Oh, everything's getting returned because I need that money now. Like, that's crazy. And then they gave us 2 weeks of severance. 2 weeks of severance. They were like, so basically you get one more like paycheck, like half of your month paycheck. And then you're just done for. That's it. You're off the books. Like, they don't give a fuck about you anymore. That's crazy. I don't even have a paycheck to get me to Christmas. I don't even have a paycheck over Christmas. That is so evil, you guys. That is so diabolical. That is actually so diabolical. That's insane.
Getting laid off can flip your life upside down. For some, it's a breaking point. For others, it's the push they didn't know they needed. Whatever the outcome, the impact is real.